Chapter 6550. She continued. The logic of recruiting a son-in-law is that as long as you have $1 trillion fortune and a daughter, you can pick a son-in-law from thousands of outstanding men. Very few people can resist such a strong temptation. It is just like what the Japanese often say, it is as difficult as climbing to heaven to have a son who can be admitted to the University of Tokyo. But to recruit a son-in-law from the University of Tokyo, you only need to go to the University of Tokyo and grab a boy with your eyes closed. Elsa couldn't help but laugh. How can it be like this? Sachiko smiled and said, this is a very normal tradition here. So many big families have only one daughter. And the famous Ito family also has only one daughter. I see. Elsa couldn't help but nod gently. At this time, the 5 people headed by Mitsui Yoshitoka had already arrived at the center of the party. There was a small stage built in front, which was reserved for important people to speak. So Mitsui Yoshitoka stepped onto the small stage surrounded by the crowd. After stepping on the stage, someone handed him a microphone. After he took it, he smiled and said, "Thank you very much for coming to today's party. Today we are fortunate to invite the famous singer Tawana Sweet. Her talent has amazed me, who never chases stars, and made my baby daughter admire her. Please give the warmest applause to welcome her to Tokyo." As soon as Mitsui Yoshitoka finished speaking, the applause at the scene was thunderous. Everyone looked at Tawana and her greasy-looking boyfriend with a mustache. Tawana seemed to have some difficulty forcing a smile on everyone and said, thank you everyone, and thank you Tokyo." Strange. Elsa couldn't help but muttered. Why do I think Tawana doesn't seem very happy today? Oh. Claire also nodded and said, it seems like she is forcing a smile. Is there something unhappy about the Mitsui family? How could it be? Sachiko whispered. This time, Mitsui Shinmai invited Tawana and her boyfriend to live in their own manor. This treatment is very high. Even many big shots don't have the opportunity to live in the Mitsui family. This time, because Mitsui Shinmai likes Tawana, the Mitsui family has provided Tawana with all the reception and services of super high standards. If she can still be unhappy, it would be too outrageous. Even the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives came to Tokyo. He didn't get this treatment. Elsa couldn't help but gossip. Could it be that she had a quarrel with her boyfriend? You see, her whole face is downcast, and she looks very depressed and can't cheer up at all. Or maybe she found out that her boyfriend was flirting with another woman. Claire said quickly. Elsa, stop guessing, those rumors are all made up by people. Elsa laughed and said, I'm just curious. She is always very excited for every concert. She shouldn't be so depressed before the performance. I'm worried about the quality of her performance later. Charlie suddenly said, look carefully at her and her boyfriend. Although both of them are very unhappy and feel like they have lost their parents, they have been holding hands and have not let go for even half a second. It can be seen that they need each other very much at this time. Which proves that Elsa's guess is wrong. They are not quarreling at all. On the contrary, they should be facing some kind of hardship together. Which means they are in the same boat together. Face it together? Elsa asked curiously, what hardships do they face together? They have both got enough money and love. Besides making money, they travel around the world on a private jet every day to date and show their affection. What hardships could such a couple face? Could it be that their parents don't agree with them being together? That's impossible. Charlie smiled and said, it could also be that the bad news from their hometown made them feel devastated. Bad news? Elsa asked in surprise. What bad news could there be for such a winner in life? Charlie smiled and said, didn't you watch the news? The whole county in their hometown is red now. If I remember correctly, these big stars are all of another color.